My daughter is napping. You know what that means. It's time to talk about hair loss. Oh yeah, this is what I do in my free time. This is my free time. Me making videos about hair loss and ethnicity and DNA test results on my other channel, which is called Family Friendly Daddy Blog on YouTube. If you haven't already checked that out. Some of you are subscribing to both channels and seeing me 6 times a day. That's how much you love me. Now, our great friend, the very always honorable Maxwell Smart, who left a comment on a video, hair loss vote, current hairstyle versus buzz cut, which is better. This is what he had to say. Quote, "You are a good looking guy. I've seen you buzzed with hair and I know that you can wear both. I personally think that with the hair and a shaved face, poor whipped guy, it suits you better. Sideburns are a love/hate case. I think the longer the sideburns suits you, the longer sideburns suit you, as long as you keep them trimmed. In my business, sideburns and mustaches are making a comeback," and that's coming from Maxwell Smart, who is a professional, the most professional Canadian-born German barber there is. Like, no one can match. So what, next time you're in Germany, look up Maxwell Smart. So I'm very grateful for this feedback. I really appreciate, because he has an eye for this. I mean, he has to know how to make men look good and masculine. Now, as far as the sideburns, it's funny because I don't even think of me having sideburns. I feel like this is normal for me. But I will say, you saw the video I did, just yesterday, about the Campbell's soup look, whether or not I look like the guy, whether that is me or not. Let me just say, again, it will all be revealed in about a month's time in January. So stay tuned. But the sideburns are important for me to keep at least through January. That's all I can leave you with. But ultimately, the main takeaway from this is, I've said multiple times, I'm an average looking guy. I'm average looking, and that's part of my identity. You know, it's all about being confident and knowing who you are throughout hair loss. And for me, I have always self-identified as an average looking guy. Like, for me, if I were to rate my looks on a scale of 1 to 10, 6, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with being pretty much just average, you know? That's part of my identity. I want to be just an average looking guy, because that means that as I age, I've got less to lose as far as looks goes. But by being average, I can have all this other stuff going on for me, and that will be my identity, not my looks that will be depreciating. But it's funny, and I appreciate you saying that, Max, but it's funny to tell me that I'm a good looking guy. And you would know, because you're a barber, and your job is to help maintain the looks of men and make sure that they look handsome. And I'm going to do something that may be challenging for some of you, but I think most of you are confident enough to be able to do this and not make a joke of it. I mean, it's what I want you to determine in this video is, am I a good looking guy, or am I simply average, as I think I am? I think I'm an average looking guy. I think it's like Ben Savage, who was Corey Matthews on Boy Meets World, or Fred Savage, his older brother, who was on The Wonder Years. Like, people have compared me to them most of my life. And more recently, people have been saying Ben Affleck and Kevin Spacey, but that's probably a dangerous thing to say out loud. But I mean, I'm a functional looking guy. Like, I serve the purpose, you know, dress me up in a suit and I'll look that much better, kind of thing. But ultimately, as long as I do a decent job of staying in shape and taking care of myself, that's what I think that I'm banking on being average. I think that's an honorable place to be. But what do you think? As another man, and most of you are actually straight, most of you are attracted to women, but you obviously still know if a guy's good looking or not. You can look at that Harvey Weinstein, or whatever his name was, and know his looks compared to Ryan Seacrest. Obviously one guy's better looking than the other. So go ahead and tell me, what do you think as far as me being a good looking guy, or am I more of an average looking guy? Rate me on a 0 to 10. How about that? Tell me where I am. I am self-identifying as 6. But what does my opinion matter? I can only see myself in a mirror, in a selfie cam. I can't see myself other than that. I can't see myself from a third person perspective as you can. So in the comments, I want you to Tell me how average or good looking I am on a scale of 0 to 10. Again, my vote is 6. I'll give myself a 6. And again, I'm happy to be average because my whole thing is you can do a lot to fix up all the other stuff. But if you're a guy and you're always trying to focus on your looks, you've got that much more to lose. You're going to be more likely to feel like you need to do something about your hair as it's falling out, that you definitely have to have a hair transplant or Propecia or something like that. But if I think I'm already average, then I'm like, okay, well, in theory, as I lose my hair, I'll become less good looking in theory. Depending on who you ask, though, I still think it comes back to some people can actually improve their looks once they shave their head. So anyway, help me sort this out. Okay? I've already made my decision. I'm 6 out of 10. But what do you think? Comments, do it.